Hello, world, and welcome back to the Healing Chefs podcast. I am Ryan, aka Crownson's Corner, and shout out real quick though to our sponsor, Active Green Pro. We have some supplements here. We'll go ahead and we'll be doing reels about those. Shout out to Habari Entertainment. But again, I'm Ryan. This is
My name is Cameron, Big Worm or Big Worm 4444 on Instagram, and today we have Tito Romero, good old friend.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming here. Thank you for making the drive. I know it's hot,
Man,
and thank you for chilling with us out in the shade. So I do appreciate that.
yeah, chilling with us
Yeah.
in the
We smoked a
shade.
donut and we try and get this dab in.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into our first segment, which is cannabis journey.
Oh no, you can move it over to.
Let's leave one up. All right, so cannabis journey is our segment about your experience with cannabis. How did it start? Is really where it starts from there. But I know.
Yeah. So the way we kind of start off is just kind of like just how was your experience to weed to cannabis? I actually know Tito from high school, so I've known him for some years now, and we didn't touch too much or talk too much back in high school, but just I always kind of kept an eye out on you more specifically, just like you were always out there doing stuff, always doing interesting things. You were just like, how is this man like farming in Tucson? How is this man doing all these? How is his life so different from everybody else's? Like, I want to spend a day in this man's shoes, you know?
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, brother. And again, thank you all for having me. Thanks for the AC. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah.
AC in the car, AC in these buildings, man. It's real.
Yes.
But no, cannabis journey. It's been a long road. I've been smoking weed. I've been around weed for a very very long time. Probably since I was like ew, 10, 11 years old.
Hmm.
It's the first time I smoked.
Yeah.
I was always one of those knuckleheads kicking it with all like the older kids. My sister was like one of my best friends when I was a kid, you know what I mean? So I wanted to like
Yeah,
be like her. She was like a
Yeah.
big tomboy
yeah.
Yeah.
back in the day. So she would come home and she'd like, hey, check out this. I'm like, oh shit.
That's dope.
She's like, you want to smoke with me? And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like her little homie, and she was kind of like influencing me, good and bad.
Yeah.
So now I picked up weed at a very early age, but on that same respect, like our family has been dabbling in the weed distribution industry for a very long time. In the clandestine world before it became more recreational, before it became more palatable and legal, I guess you can say nowadays. So
Yeah.
if you were smoking weed, at least Mexican Reggie weed in the late '80s, '90s, there's a good high percentage that came from my family. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow!
So, especially in the Southwest, especially in Southern Arizona, there was a big high percentage. So I saw a lot of interesting things growing up.
I definitely bought a good amount of that, so thank you.
Yeah, no, so there was a lot of interesting times, a lot of interesting moments, but it's it's economic, right? So it's a way that our parents are able to get by. It's a way that our parents were able to pay their bills and get us into the future, into a better life.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm really fortunate that it was a blessing for our family, and so I picked that up. I was a very curious kid, so I see my dad and what my dad was doing. So like any other kid, you want to be like dad a little bit, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
so my dad is a tough guy, doesn't really show that love. So
yeah, yeah.
I was always trying to impress my dad in different ways, and I
For
think it
sure.
kind of translated into the weed game. So very early on, I'll start selling some nickel sacks and some dime sacks here and there, and I mean that kind
Right.
of moved up, and I would do it just to smoke for free, and eventually
Yeah.
I would have to sell
Yeah,
the shit
definitely.
that I'd have to sell the stuff that I was saving for myself. So I'm like, oh, I got $40, I got sixty
Yeah.
bucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I do that twice as fast, then I'll have $120.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was really blessed because
Started to put it together and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was really blessed too because I went to a high school or Cameron and I went to a high school that offered a different type of curriculum
Yeah.
for a lot of the knuckleheads here,
Very.
so I went into that classroom, and it completely changed my life. So the idea I already had about weed and horticulture, I kind of implemented it to like more gardening,
Okay.
and
Dope.
vegetable planting. So I wear a few different hats in Tucson, so I'm really blessed that I'm able to exercise all these different identities that I have, and yeah, I'm very lucky. Like Cameron said, like there's a bunch of different things that I'm able to do and excited to do. But I also run a community farm back in Tucson. A
Yeah.
10
That's
acre
that's what's up.
ten
Yeah.
acre community farm. Shout out to the Flowers and Bullets group out there.
Shout out real quick. Give you flowers now.
Yeah, no, so no, it's been a long road, and in my experience with weed and weed distribution and growing weed, and your life and your ideas just kind of expand
Yes.
through
Yeah.
networking with people, brushing old shoulders with the right people, brushing elbows with the right people. You kind of catapult yourself into these different positions. You're not if you're intentional about it.
Yes.
And it's a
So
mature way of looking at it because I had opportunities to do certain things like this, and I didn't see it that way,
yeah,
so I'd never advanced. So I like that you're explaining that. That's
yeah.
dope. Yeah.
And even then, like I'm a barrio boy, I mean, I'm a zip code baby, so it was really hard for me to like uproot myself and
Yeah.
like look at these networking opportunities as investments, because it was gonna uproot me and take me out of
That's a
my
different
comfort
angle. Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of privilege that a lot of privilege that people have when you can just move and be fluid and walk into a building and feel comfortable and all these different things that you hold that as a talent, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
some of us had to like really pull that out of like
It's a
that,
different
yeah,
world.
that
Yeah.
anxiousness and like that imposter syndrome where you feel like you
Yes.
don't belong, you know what I mean? So for a long time, you're stuck in this clandestine realm, you know what I mean, where you're just corralled into being like a hustler, a trapper, uh, um, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of those
Yeah.
cats. But no one's really looking at you as like a pioneer in the industry. No one's really looking at you as somebody that is very intentional about their business. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like the world is slowly changing right now, and I'm all for it. I'm really excited that times are changing, and it literally is up to us. It literally is
Yeah.
up to like podcasts like this and events and pop-ups, community dinners and whatever it is, you know what I
Yep.
mean, to
Yeah.
start slowly shifting the tide and making like this weed culture, weed community a lot
Abs-
more palatable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's one role that I play, that it's a responsibility for us, for me to keep this circle going and to yeah, honor this plant that's done a lot for me. So from me being a little knucklehead and saying I can grow this weed, you know what I mean? And then trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
grow weed to where it's like pushed me now to
In the
growing,
garden and
yeah, growing
everything,
Yeah.
gardens and teaching, and
bro.
you know what I
That's
mean? So you're just
Yeah.
able to get those ideas and get that type of education and kind of flip it on its head, and now it's up to you to create something from it. So, and now if it wasn't for weed, I wouldn't be farming right now. I wouldn't be growing vegetables right now. I wouldn't be teaching my
Wow.
community how to live sustainably and how to be more regenerative. So
yeah. That's
Yeah.
now if
that's
it
the
wasn't
goal.
for
That's the
weed, it
goal.
wouldn't that would have never happened.
And that's sick that you said that with your schooling that they put you in a different place because that's something that I think about all the time with like a lot of us that like have been in the like around weed or like been like little outcasts or whatever and stuff like that is like in school and stuff. If you judge a goldfish on its ability to climb a tree, you're gonna think it's stupid forever.
Exactly.
But if you put that fish into the water and it dances and like does all crazy stuff, you're like, well, maybe you just needed to put it in the right environment and treat it right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that that happened for you
Yeah, it's the
because,
idea of
I
like,
mean, now you're giving back to the community. Like,
Yeah.
hats off to you and whoever helped out, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's amazing just learning and knowing that once you kind of get something in motion, it just keeps going. Like it takes a lot of effort to kind of get it started, but like you've been doing so many things, so many little things that have been building up year
mhm,
after year after year.
yeah,
It's
tip my
crazy.
hat.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the let's see.
You good?
Yeah. Um.
The clandestine world kind of catapulted me, well, just being a stoner and just loving weed kind of catapulted me into distribution and working in that clandestine kind of realm.
Yeah.
And then from there, like I said, looking at it more like a business, as a industry, as an opportunity, as an investment. And it's like, okay, um, you think about branding, you think about marketing, you think about promoting yourself. Till
Nice.
2017 was a big shift for for me, and my paradigm and what my ideas of what like the weed world and
Yeah.
my role in it was going to be in like Southern Arizona. I was like, okay, 2017, like let's call what I'm doing something. You know what I mean? So that's when like Roadrunners Cannabis was born,
Nice.
Okay.
and that was kind of like the very beginning of the idea of like we're here.
I love all this stuff that's
And
coming up. Roadrunners, the Chiefers, everyone that's branding and everything out
yeah,
there.
yeah,
It is
Yeah.
just so. I mean, I love it.
it's important. It's important to
It-
like market yourself, promote yourself, and
and all
call
those,
it something.
and now all the
Yeah.
tools are available to us that we can do it, and we don't have to like get a whole company or whole
Mhm.
like team just to do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're. I
you
think
guys are killing it.
some of us in like this generation, we are the creatives. You know what I mean?
You have to be.
We have these little mini computers at the touch of our fingertips, and some people know how to use that shit really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's amazing that things have just slowly transferred. And shout out to all the brands who are from 2016, 2017 that are still around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah,
Especially those underground ones, those clandestine, those black market or legacy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Traditional market brands. Yeah, shout out to them because it's hard out here. It's just really, really difficult.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of competition.
Roadrunners is going to be really difficult to trademark and to brand because like throw a rock and hit a Roadrunner something. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah.
even if you Google it, there's like Roadrunners weed and cannabis like all across the country. It's like a
Damn.
funny little saying. It's like I'm a Roadrunner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I thought of it. I was like, shoot, I've been on the road.
Yeah, doing
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah. So
202, the 202
let's
does numbers.
let's call it this.
Yeah.
So but it's gonna be really hard to trademark and stuff. So now like Roadrunners is moving away from like the more of the caregiving that we've been doing. I'm moving more towards community events, pop-ups, creating safe spaces for people to enjoy themselves, but it's also intimate spaces where people can experience weed for what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
For
we're
sure.
heavily leaning on that for Roadrunners, and we're gonna be doing something really cool with the homie Cameron here in
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 19th. So please look out for that. And then so that's kind of how Donitas official was born.
Yeah.
So yeah, in collaboration with Pressure Labs, Donitas
Shout out.
48 was born. So super thankful that our brother is gonna give us the opportunity to, under his processing license, be the supporting role for the pre roll
Hell
and
yeah.
the Donitas and the handcrafted line of things. So
Dope.
Nice.
Very
that's
dope.
what I
By
love
the
to
way,
do.
once those are out, you better go get them. Like we just smoked one that's fire,
Yes.
and they teach you how to smoke that stuff because you don't be an idiot like myself. Like we just get too excited sometimes and just be like smoking stuff too fast. But like, yeah, it's well worth it, dude. That shit
Yeah,
was fire.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
our brothers
Yeah.
at Pressure Labs are gonna be hitting it hard with different rosin, different terpene
yeah.
profiles. It's amazing. It's a lot of Tucson boys that are gonna come back home
That's what's
from
up.
being in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So it's amazing
Oh
to
shit,
land this license, come back home, and be those local cats that are
bro.
need
I feel like
dispensaries
you
soon.
just were
Yeah.
talking and going Super Saiyan at the same time. It's like check
Yeah.
this out.
No, no, for sure. Just because like now they're gonna hit the ground running. They're gonna get the opportunity just to do everything that they wanted to do, but now it's just they can put a face to it. They can put a name to it. They can move. They can just jump on all these opportunities, collaborate. They can take just with your journey alone. It's like you've touched every aspect of cannabis, and just
Mhm.
in its infancy to like know what it's gonna go, where it's gonna go in the future. It's like it can go miles and miles. Just being able to have just selling it, to being able to feed it to people, to being able to do whatever with it. Like
Mhm.
that's just magical.
Yeah, it's
It's been cool to see like again those brands that are real legacy brands now are starting to come up and coming. You know what I mean? The
yeah.
Chads took over first.
That's what I was
A
about to.
lot of
Yeah.
folks
Yeah.
failed because
Hi, Chad. I know you're
uh,
watching.
the social aspect of the weed community is huge.
Yes.
It's what's missing with these like
That's what we were
MSOs.
talking
You know what I
about with
mean?
leafers and stuff
When you don't
too.
have the community behind you, when you don't have the backing of the social capital of what the weed world is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's just
and
have one piece of the puzzle,
and
homie,
we've
you know
all
what I
been
mean?
in, like a lot of us that have been in this, we only go with what we trust and know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we don't fuck around with nothing else.
Yeah, so imagine your homie finally being on the shelf.
Yes.
Ooh,
You
look
know
at
what I
that, man.
mean?
We're gonna
So
we're gonna kick a
support.
lot of people off the shelf.
And it's
Yeah.
important too
Yeah.
because it's a lot of people who have been like heavily persecuted, persecuted,
Yes.
prosecuted
Yes.
for years. So
Well, I
to
mean, the law
see,
itself is racist.
yeah, so to
Yeah.
now see like some of these folks on the shelves that were once on the run.
I want to see the
Yeah.
real social equity actually happen and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
because especially like we can, it's kind of controversial, and we'll jump into the trip tales real quick, but like it absolutely was against when they made the laws and stuff against Mexican people, against black people, and all that other stuff. So all those laws and bullshit, they need to get rid of it. I'm tired of all like the hating within the community, outside of the community. I'm tired of the government being in control and stuff like that. And I can't wait for like the true social equity, like people like yourself and everybody coming out of the clandestine, as you said,
Mhm.
market and everything, and coming and on the shelf, and I'm gonna bless you because I'm gonna go buy everything, man.
Hell yeah,
Because
no, thank you.
like y'all stuck it out for us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how do we build a runway for like other people who are also looking for an opportunity? So
You.
unfortunately we're not growers, but we have a processing license. So like it's our opportunity to build a runway for like our rollers, people who have been wanting to get into hash making and all these different things, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, the ball's on our court and we have like um people's livelihoods at
so
our
dope.
hands, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But
No, it's just really cool to, I don't know, just all of it is just awesome. Just I'm really excited now to be able to get some weed that I'm really excited to smoke, and just be able to smoke something that's locally grown, something that's just like cared about, something that makes me think like I'm in California or another state. Just because the way they treat weed, I love it. I mean, like with those bigger corporations taking over, you're just like, you kind of just feel like a number in a sense, and like this is just weed to be weed, but it's like,
mhm.
can I get something that's just like just gonna take me
Can I
somewhere
get a
else?
fine whiskey instead of
Yeah.
Bud Light? Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, the bottom shelf and top shelf. That's what I
Yeah,
love.
that's it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and jump into trip tales real quick.
do more like micro dosing and like the idea of psilocybin for positive stuff. That's I'm
Yeah.
all about that shit. You know what I mean? But I don't trip hard.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah, I
good.
don't trip hard.
No, that's what we want to talk to people about, because
Mhm.
I'm a little special case. I like to trip absolutely hard and like break my brain a little bit every once in a
That's
while.
scary, man.
I know, I'm gonna tell you about it in a minute, but I've seen some things, and when I explain it to people, they're just like, "Yeah, I'll hit that." But
That's intense.
a lot of times, people eyes just kind of gloss over because they're like, "Oh yeah, sure," and I'm like, "Come ride the rails with me real quick. I'll show
Hell
you."
no, I ain't trying
Yeah.
to keep up with you.
Nah, man, not, and you don't have to. But yeah. So like, can you like talk about your experience with microdosing and how it's helped you or anybody that you know?
So yeah, mushrooms are awesome. From edible mushrooms. I guess all of them are edible, but just the ones that you can go and forage for yourself. We go up to the place
Even the ones
called
that
Mount.
kill you, yeah.
Go up to Mount Lemon, this place in Tucson where you can go the Sky Island.
Okay.
Go up there and forage for your own mushrooms. So I'm all about that, and yeah, learning more and educating myself more on psilocybin. I'm all about like microdosing. I've come, you know, what I mean, fucking traumas, man. Fucking a
Yeah,
lot of us have gone through some shit, either our upbringing, generational traumas, just different things that you're holding on to. So just one way to let my shoulders go down, relax a little bit, not be so uptight. Just do like a point 0.5 every 4 to 6 hours, just like
nice.
any other prescription, you know what I mean? And it definitely helps. I've definitely gone on a few little trips,
Yeah,
you
you
know what I mean?
accidentally give yourself a little too
Yeah,
much or
yeah,
something.
or just like 2 3 grammer, you know what I mean, trips where that's nice.
Yeah,
But now where I'm at right now, it's like I'm cooling, you know what I mean? I'm trying to
yeah,
just find that balance, relax, where I'm trying to be level headed and just fucking s- live through my problems. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
yeah,
not let things like hinder me so much.
yeah. Just like, yeah, just like wash away that constant worry and stuff that we have and whatnot. And the reason I do what I do, like I go so hard, is because throughout the week, and I'm sure you do, you like are swamped with stuff. But like for me, I get to a point with my PTSD and everything, I start to get like bitchy.
Mhm.
I was trying to find a better word, but really just like kind of fucking complaining and fucking grouchy and shit like
Yeah,
that, especially during the summer when it's hot and
yeah,
everything. But I
More
get to a point,
irritable and stuff, yeah.
yeah, and then
yeah,
but then I also sometimes with that I start getting an ego, and I'm like, I'm more important, get out of my way and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, you know what? We're gonna sit down like later today. I'm tripping hard because I'm burning off my ego and everything like that. That's one of my biggest problems. Is anytime I get a little praise on something, my ego starts growing.
Mhm.
So that's what I use a lot of psychedelics for, is to get rid of that and to bring me back down to earth.
Mm.
Everything. I have some fun and stuff, but other than that, I'll tell you some crazy things in a second. But it
yeah.
looks like Cameron wants to say something.
Yeah, no, I haven't done any mushrooms or any psychedelics in a little bit, and I'm thinking I want to do that soon. Just it gives I love the fact that it gives me like perspective.
Mhm.
It gives me an opportunity to just kind of like step back and to see the whole world. Literally, like my last like the last trip I had was just amazing, and it gave me another perspective, and it kind of just took me away from it. It took me away from everything that just give me the opportunity to just revitalize and just review everything and just kind of just get out of
Exactly.
everything. Yeah,
Mhm.
it just like let me escape for a second, but in like a nice, calm, cool fashion. I was so comfortable. The music was so beautiful. It was
Yeah.
tantalizing. It just was yeah. It's like it kind of like resets everything.
Mhm.
I think that's probably like the best thing. So
Yeah, I just hit
yeah,
like a regular like an old Nintendo. Yeah, I'm old. Like an NES or
yeah.
okay, Super Nintendo or whatever.
Does it?
N64. It's just that reset button, man. Like it's just like okay,
Mhm.
let's start over real quick. But
Yeah,
yeah, like it helps wash it away. But like some of the crazier things, I don't know, like if you've ever experienced on a heavy trip. I myself have recently been on a heavier trip, and I believe with all the stuff that we have going on and everything, like once you're like we kind of talked about this with DMT being a technology to get you into a higher plane to talk to beings or entities that are maybe on a higher plane,
yeah,
which DMT is absolutely insane. That's that ayahuasca like crazy stuff, and I've tried it twice and I haven't been able to get to the other side because I get scared. But I believe like sometimes when I'm tripping very hard and I'm communicating, I feel like I'm communicating with some aliens because I believe that aliens are already here.
Mhm.
And um, that especially when they talk about them and they like people talk, they see them and they freeze up and everything like that they're speaking telepathically.
Mhm.
I definitely think that they have a way of getting into a higher plane and communicating with us through there. And it's really crazy because the acid will get me there. The acid will the um, get me to a point, and I'm just standing there. I'm having fun, and it's really weird. It's really weird. I'm having fun listening to music and everything, and then out of nowhere, I just get intrusive thoughts. I'm like, they're like, we're here. We've been here. Like, I'm like, well, show yourself. I'm talking, but not
Mhm.
talking. I'm like, well, show me. And they're like, no, you guys are still scared of us. And
oh wow.
I'm like, yeah, that's probably right. You probably scared the shit
Mhm.
out of me right now.
It might literally be like so the movie They Live. I don't know if you guys seen
I
that.
don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think so.
So the premise of
I
that movie
might
is
have to watch it.
no, it's worth it. It's Roddy Piper. It's the longest fighting scene with Keith
Yeah.
Sutherland. Um and not Keith Sutherland, but the premise of the movie is this man finds some sunglasses. He throws them on and sees everything in the world that's actually happening. So like you look at a magazine stand, instead of it saying like Time magazine or anything, it just says like procreate,
Mhm.
live, buy, consume. He looks at
Obey.
obey, exactly,
Oh,
obey.
okay.
So that's where that kind of came from. And like as soon as he
Ah,
put the glasses on, he saw those specific there were specific people that didn't have that like had masks on. So he saw those real people. They had like these weird bulging eyes. They had like blotches on their skin, And the premise of the entire movie, the plot of the entire movie is he's trying to get this to be shown by the world, and he ends up fighting his best friend at the time for like 15 minutes just to get him to put on some sunglasses.
Mm.
But as soon as he puts on sunglasses, then his eyes are open to seeing exactly what's happening. Then he tries to essentially get people to know what's happening, but it's just he's just getting fought the entire time. But essentially, at the end of the film, he ends up taking down the tower, and everybody's able to just see what the aliens look like.
Mm.
And they've been there, they've been infiltrated, they've been maintaining us. That's why there's been all these things going on. And I don't know. This is just a movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if this is real, this would scare me. But there's a lot of things going on in the world, though. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially with them saying like lately that the US has like 12 spaceships and stuff and
Oh,
has pilots.
I'm all for like these things coming out now. Like
I'm like,
we
run
just
it.
gotta do something now.
Yeah.
It's like
Because then maybe if they come out, like we stop with all the bull, with the fossil fuels and everything, we go into like I feel like it's what I was told, and you all can roll your eyes and stuff at me and be like, oh, he was just high, whatever. But like what I was told is it's the time for the creative right now. Like you've had like all those like industrial revolution. I think this is like because we're gonna get to a point where we don't have to work and stuff because there's going to be like robots and AI and stuff like there's going to be some sort of work, but it's not going to be the same thing that we're doing now.
Mhm.
So I feel like eventually we'll have the universal UBI basic income, and what you can like add more money and stuff is the creative stuff that you do and share it with like a community and stuff. And like, you know what I mean? Like that, I think that's what it's going to go to, but it just
It'd be
maybe
like
me being high.
Well, no, it'd be like Roman times. You know, it'd be like when we first started to figure out how to farm. We didn't need to, because there's a lot of creatures that spend 90% of their day figuring out how to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
Us, it takes no percent for us to figure out how to get some food. So imagine if they just got rid of all the jobs, we would just have time to be able to do whatever we wanted to do. And that would allow for people, new philosophers possibly,
Mm.
new new enterprises. AI allows for, I guess, new different type of creatives. So like maybe you don't have the traditional drawing artist, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
maybe then you have the opportunity to model something else or open up a new industry or just something. That it's new opportunities constantly allowing us to just do
Right.
new things.
Like I want to do clothing eventually. I have some crazy ideas, like really crazy ideas with clothing. But like I don't know how to make this fabric that I have an idea for, but it just popped into my brain and I'm hoping eventually I can put something into AI and it makes it for me.
Yeah, and it's like
It'd be way
100%.
easier than trying to explain it to somebody.
Yeah,
I've already tried. But yeah, that'll be dope. But on top of the aliens and stuff, like I've talked to God and I've seen like what God is and stuff when I've tripped so hard. Um, and a lot of people may not believe this or whatever. Again, I believe in reincarnation because we are all God.
Mhm.
Um, and what happens when you die is you get reabsorbed into the one,
yes,
and then you'll pop out something else. And we are a species with amnesia, so we don't know our past. Hopefully, that all comes out.
yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Well,
But yeah, but like I've had like God's like this is me and shows me like boom, like you leave your body and shows you like how you get absorbed and how everybody is literally the same thing. What were you gonna say?
no, we are just like when you said at some point, the birds eat the ants eat the bird. It's all a full cycle because like we're all made of cells that are constantly regenerating themselves, constantly, perpetually. Because like mushrooms are a sub-separate branch from human beings and vegetation or plants,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to grow in situations that plants can't even grow. But mushrooms can do so many different things. There's mushrooms that taste like meat, just um, it's
And helping other plants grow
yeah, yeah.
is huge.
Mycelium and everything is just it's all a network, because at some point maybe we become mycelium again as soon as we
Nature's
do it,
internet.
Yeah, nature's internet. They're all connected that way, yeah, because plants are able to connect through many far distances and through different chains just by through the dirt, just that symbiotic relationship that gets created. But all that is just we all are a part of everything. Everything goes through a cycle. You know, your body gets reused again, but you're constantly eating things that help you continue to recreate yourself to just
Yeah.
continue. It's
And we're
crazy.
not like grounded like we used to be because we're wearing these rubber soles and stuff, and we're not putting our feet on the ground and getting the electrons from the earth and stuff. We've just been like our whole technology has just gone sideways from what nature is, which I think that we are like we had a past where we actually used nature's powers and everything to build. That's where the pyramids that came from.
Yeah,
Like aliens probably helped them teach them how to use the power of the earth and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. Because I've even seen them just like using different vibrating things and stuff, and shit just elevating,
yeah,
or
picking stuff
sound
up.
in water.
Yeah,
When they start showing the different shapes and stuff, that when you put sound on the water and you just change the frequencies and
yep,
it shows up these fractals,
yeah,
my
physics.
mind's blown. I'm like,
Yeah,
we're in a simulation.
yeah. No, it's all crazy. It makes me think of how so my girl told me recently that all the pyramids and all those different things that we've created in the past and don't know how to use them, or maybe what their purpose was initially back in the past, that maybe at some point there's just another bigger reset on the earth where like
Mhm.
stuff had to start back over and now it's sticks and stones again, and then we just had to rebuild everything and forgot what technologies we had created at one point as human beings.
Or they're like, we can't make money off of that, so
Yeah,
let's redo this.
yeah, or we can, but it's like let's figure out how to get this going and then figure out how to make money off of it, and then yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Hmm. Feel like that's yeah, but
we
um,
digress.
yeah. So
I'm
we
like, damn.
yeah I kind of go off on some stuff, but it's a good thing we have a podcast because we like to talk. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and the biggest thing about all this stuff, and we'll go to break here right after this, but the biggest thing is like I talked with Cameron about this. Like the reason that we want to do this is because like your container is like red
Mhm.
to me, but I don't know what your red looks like. That's why we want to talk to you, because I know it's not the same.
Mhm.
No matter what you do, like we have different perspective on all different things. So like if you shut yourself off from anything,
Yeah.
you're already you're closing your world. You're shutting your world down anyway.
Yeah.
So
We all have different lived and learned experiences too, you know. So one person can experience something and something completely different to somebody else just because of the way that we've moved through the world, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
exactly. That's exactly it. And
Yeah. It's like
we
giving this.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Just like bringing back to what you did growing up. It's like certain situations. It's like, you know, if you didn't have this drive to continue to do this, where would you be right now in those senses? You know, could you have settled working just like a regular 9 to 5, or was something? Is there something always trying to propel you to just do more? You know?
mhm.
Yeah.
I love this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to break, and we'll be back with mental health is wealth.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
We'll have more rigs and stuff next time.
Yes.
Noted.
Yeah, we're a work in progress, everybody. We're like, so if you see any flaws, enjoy them,
Yeah. And then
because we're just gonna leave them because it's we love being flawed. It's what makes you human.
yeah, and if you could comment and let us know how we could improve. I'm always open for constructive criticism.
Yeah,
Critiques are the
and
best.
if you're not constructive, we'll take it anyway. We're not. I'm not. But you can't hurt my feelings. I've already been through all of it.
Yeah, right. It's not gonna
Yeah,
take me out, then it's not that important.
yeah,
Yeah.
we love you. All right, so mental health is wealth.
Good one.
a squeegee.
Yeah. So, this section we like to discuss, especially since we're talking about cannabis a lot. Like, how has cannabis helped you or anybody that you know with mental health and everything, or is it something that you use for your mental health?
Or even body.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm naturally like a very anxious person. I'm like you say, like a yeah, just anxious, introverted at times or whatever, you know.
Little high strung.
Yeah, so
Same.
sometimes when I smoke and I get to like relax, that's when finally like the shoulders get to come down.
Hmm.
That's when like the thoughts get more clear, and that's when things are not pinballing all over my head. You know, I think I have
Yeah.
moments of like maybe like OCD, ADHD, you know. So sometimes
Yeah.
like it helps if I have to work with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this shit early and get to the farm, the community farm early and hit it hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I'm smoking and I'm chilling,
Mhm.
we ain't doing that because
Yeah.
I'm being intentional now about like we're
Oh,
chilling.
I like
You know what
that.
I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is not what I'm gonna do for my body right now. This is not what you know what I mean. So when I'm smoking, it's intentional. It's like you know what I mean. It's a
Oh, yeah.
mini ceremony almost. You know what
Yeah,
I
no,
mean? It's
yeah.
like, and so sadly, I'm like always in the go on the go.
Yeah.
So I'll be just also fucking globbing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'll just fucking pick a big old glob to my rig and time to go because that's like 3 joints to the face real quick, you know what I mean, for
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
And sadly, I wanna, like, be able to chill more. That's why I love the donuts, you know what I mean? You're able to,
Yeah.
like, kinda have an
It's
experience
like
and relax and
it's a session within itself. I mean, obviously it's a session because you're smoking, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it like I like to sit down sometimes with a blender and like watch that show Succession. Like
Mhm.
you're doing it on
It
purpose.
teaches you to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just a moment to slow down, like a meditation. Is there a preference of the way you like to smoke or intake?
Well, like I said, sadly, like, I'm always on the go right now, so I'm a dabber at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I just went to go pick up another, flower bong, over at Sunset Glass Gallery. Shout out to them, my homies over
Yeah.
there.
Sunset.
But, yeah, I just got a little flower bong to kinda, uh, fucking smoke some of my terps. I got some really fire ass flower, and I'm, like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
smoking it in donuts, you know what I mean? I'm just rolling it up. But, yeah, and gotta take some bong rips here and there too,
I need a new one.
but my biggest
Yeah.
thing
Me
is
too.
my donuts are to go to, but when I don't have time, then, some dabs.
Nice. So are you more like do you pay attention for when you like what mood you're in for like are you a sativa indica hybrid or do you just like I'm chaos. I just run whatever. I'm an idiot.
I'm actually, like, very heavily leaning on, like, terpene profiles and, like,
Okay.
taste, you know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay.
So, I can definitely, like, taste when it's a fucking knocker, you know what I mean? So, I taste some tasty ass fucking rosin,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Sometimes they'll be, like, heavily leaning on the potency and then sometimes not, but I'm enjoying, like, the taste, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's probably, like, 60 to 70% of it for me.
Yeah. Like more gas or like more of like
Oh, all of it, bro. Like
uh,
Oh, okay.
all of it. I don't discriminate when it comes to smells, flowers, like all that stuff, man. I love it all from the marker smelling to the rubbers to the
yeah.
tangies to the GMOs, the funks, the
Does any
booty, all that.
does anyone hit you in a certain way to use like when you're like really stressing out? Like you're like, okay, I'm really having a problem right now.
Heavy, man. I have to go with the couch lock, like heavy
Okay.
highs, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
no, yeah, anything that's like that gassy terp,
Okay.
GMO usually has a good punch to it.
Definitely that chem dog in there.
Yeah,
Got that.
so yeah, man, that's that sedative, chilling, humble yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Before you write
Definitely.
that message, take that glob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before you
Yeah.
respond, take that glob. Before you react or
Right.
overreact, you take that glob.
That's a good lessons for me. So when I'm listening to this
Right.
or
Right.
watching this, write that down
No, yeah, take 5 minutes, man. Take 5 minutes. Take a glob to the face, and then reevaluate if that shit was even fucking worth it.
for sure. For sure. Like, yeah.
I'm learning so much right now.
But that's dope because like there's certain times where um for my anxiety like I'll be like I get anxious when I'm too tired and I got stuff to do, which
Mm.
is I don't know if anybody that's weird to me. But I'll just start getting worked up and I'm like, now I'm tired and I'm stressed out but then I'll be like, you know what'll help? And then I get some sativa and I'll dab that and that'll
Mhm.
pick me up and go. but then I'll have to go to like an indica to like bring myself down. But
Mhm.
at certain times for myself, and I don't know about others, like I need that stimulant to get me to the even level.
Yeah. I could definitely tell that like the fruits, the fruit terps definitely are like more uplifting for me. Just
Yeah.
mood
Yeah.
The more
uplifting.
euphoric.
So like the tangies, the trops, the guavas, papayas.
Do you have a favorite
Skittles.
strain that works for you?
Ooh, I love papaya.
Yeah,
Papaya. Yeah, papayas and all the papaya blends, man. Those are fucking magic, bro. Like,
they get funky little.
yeah, that exhale is just like kind of unreal. Especially those motherfuckers that don't add any extra terpenes to anything and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. Like some of these plants taste exactly like that exhale. You know what I
That's
mean?
dope, yeah.
You smell some of these plants when they're growing, and you exhale that fucking dab. You're like, oh shit, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's
Fire.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, mine is DJ Short Blueberry, and I know somebody that has like a cut or something, but they aren't really growing it. And I wish somebody would just grow the stuff, but it's hard in Arizona because DJ Short, has got the purples and stuff, and so you got to like temperature and all sorts of craziness. But that one for me is that immediate, like it gives me that kind of lift where I'm not tired, but gives me that floaty euphoria, and I could just like you could be like, the house is on fire. I'd be like, man, well, we got to get some stuff out real quick. But I mean, we got insurance, so
Yeah, sure.
like, but that's dope. That you
Yeah, no, I generally I stick to hybrid more so nowadays. Like before it was always sativa just for the mental aspect
Mhm.
of it, but now I need the hybrid just for like just my body too. Just cuz like my back hurts a lot, but I'm continuously trying to work on core and all those other aspects to just like keep my body feeling good cuz like I noticed like I used to work out a lot and when I didn't work out like during COVID and everything, um I don't know, I felt like my body wasn't to its peak performance as it was just in the way of being able to move, mobility and stuff like that. And it just like it really affected my head in that sense. Like I didn't think it would, but it's your body, it's your life, it's everything. Getting up to go walk, to go do something is very important. But the hybrid just helps so much. Like I
yeah
love it. I love just being able to, I said this before, but just wax pens, just the quickest way for me.
Mhm.
That or I do like to use my bong every now and then, but I would like to buy like a nice, good, just big glass piece. But I'm just
Mhm.
scared to just lose it.
yeah
Fuckers break.
man
Yeah.
I'm man, I was just at a homie's house and he's like, you know how much this, I was hitting the rig last night, and he's like, you know how much this is? I'm like, I don't know, probably like thousands. He's like, well, I bought it for 1.6. I'm like, first of all, saying 1.6 is out of my league.
Yeah.
And second off, he's like, but it's probably worth about 5.8 right now. I'm like, I don't want to touch that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all my stuff's like 50 to $100, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually one of the homies that breaks your shit. So.
Yeah, dog. I won't touch nobody's expensive shit, like, or will like let me hit it from the table or something like that. I know I'm not gonna drop someone's stuff, but I'm not even gonna chance it. Not gonna
Yeah.
chance it. But I did want to, like, before we jump into the plugs stuff real quick. I wanted to talk to like the people real quick. Thank you for like hitting me up, like when you have questions about stuff. I had someone recently hit me up about the Army, and thankfully we had a real discussion, and I hope to help him further. But I know that feeling when you're younger, like you want to prove yourself and everything, and you're like, I haven't really kind of been through anything, so no one is going to respect me unless I portray this image or whatnot.
Yeah.
But everyone sees right through it,
Mhm.
and it's not a way to live. You're gonna have so much more anxiety and stuff like that if you're trying to portray a life that you're not really living. And honestly, if you're already in a good position, why do you want to go backwards? Like, even seeing rappers trying to like throw up sets and everything now when they were out of college and
It's like,
stuff.
bro, you
like,
made it,
like,
bro.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So like, shout out to you guys talking to us and everything. We're here to help you guys. If you ever want to just vent to us, we can be there to just support you and stuff. We're not always going to just be there to provide solutions and stuff. We could just listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can just listen.
Yeah. If you want to talk about whatever, just
Just hit us
ask
up.
somebody. Yeah.
We're reachable. Like
Yeah.
I'm up all the time. Like you can hit me up. If I don't answer, I'll answer as soon as I can wake up or I'm out of doing whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I really mean this stuff. I care about you guys, and I know like I was hurting and I needed somebody, so I would love to be there for you if you need somebody.
I've actually lost a few friends to suicide. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So no, it's important for people to be honest with themselves, honest with their body, honest with their mind, and get the help wherever it is they need. Weed
Yeah.
can be a depressant. You know what I mean? It's a depressant technically, um, but it's how you use it. It can be a tool. It can be medicine.
Yeah.
It can also hurt you. You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah.
not respecting it. So I think it is important for us to listen to our bodies and put our ego aside, like we were talking about earlier. You have to put your ego aside and see what's going to be working for you, your body, your mental health, what's going to get you through the day, what's going
Yeah.
to get you through the month. You know what I mean? And if it's smoking, then it's smoking. You know what I mean? But if it's therapy, we have to normalize that shit too.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
therapy. I go right now every other week, and I talk about it on the story and everything. Like I just got out of therapy. Like I'm in this.
Yeah, I'm in therapy too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout
I
out to
love
my therapist.
Yeah.
shout out
as am I.
therapist. I keep telling you to watch this, but you don't watch it. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you again on the next Wednesday. But yeah, shout out to the therapist and if you need one, go talk to one. There's apps and stuff for like free and man,
There's
just
sliding
talk.
scales too. Like you can even like
Yeah.
work it out with your therapist. Like, hey, I can't afford this, but can you take this? Like, you know what I mean? They're looking for business too. So don't
Yeah,
ever
they're
be like
people.
Yeah.
afraid to like, hey, like
They're not a
if you
corporation.
happen to have a
Yeah.
sliding scale, like I like you or
That's
blah
what's
blah
up.
blah. You know what I mean? So most
Good
people
good info.
will wiggle for you a little bit.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, and we'll go ahead into our last segment, which is plug talk. Just so cool.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So plug talk is just a play on words. I'm not a plug or kind of sort of like we're just here to plug or promote the stuff that we have going on. And I know you guys have a dinner going on and stuff like that, but I'll leave it to you to go ahead and tell the people what you got going on.
Yeah, so Cameron and I are gonna be hosting a 5-course dinner. That's gonna be
Fire.
yeah, very unique to its kind. We're gonna be taking over a historic hotel in downtown Tucson. We're gonna be trusted with the keys to the rooms, the kitchen, the lobby, the patio. Like it's
Sick.
it's ours. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to do it justice, and it's really nice because I wear like my social justice hat everywhere I go through my community farming and using community farming through to address different issues. So I'm always heavily leaning on putting more people of color on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my brother here is a person of color, and I want to keep working with chefs of color to
All right.
good work.
Got me.
What is that?
No, I don't. That's your phone? Oh.
Whose phone was that?
Oh yeah.
It was our timer.
Oh no.
Hey guys,
worries.
it's time for plug talk.
yeah.
This is my bad, everybody.
Yeah. No worries.
Work
no
in
worries.
progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So yeah, it's a 5-course meal. Beautiful vibes, good music. We're gonna have live music, a harpist that's gonna be on site. So
Levels to this.
yeah,
Yeah.
nah, for big time. Be able to get a VIP balcony seat to overlook the whole event.
Yeah.
There'll be sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah.
So yeah, seasonal food and my brother Cameron is gonna be.
Where do you want them
Yeah.
to hit you up about the sponsorship opportunities?
So I think in about one more week we're gonna be shooting out like the sponsorship kit.
Okay.
So you can check out the different tiers. Hit us up, and yeah, we'll let you know how to get involved, how to
Yeah.
get plugged in.
Yeah, plugged in. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. And I'm just really excited to be able to just do something in my home city, my home. I was born and raised in Tucson. It's been a journey for sure. And I'm just really happy to just be able to just do something with another local person and just being able to admire somebody and then eventually work with them. Like, how dope is that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's really cool. I'm fanboying out watching you guys do your thing because like like I said about the social equity, like I love seeing all this shit happen, and awesome that like I'm just happy to know you, Cameron, then to introduce me to Tito the Air, and then like watch you take that stuff that we learned in culinary school and then
Yeah.
like implement it.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like I'm getting goosebumps. This shit
Yeah.
is so fucking tight with the
Mhm.
hotel and everything. Man, I'm a fan. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty awesome, and it's gonna be our first one. So it's a dinner series, the Mercine uh, kitchen series.
Yeah,
So
that Mercy Maven or that Instagram.
yeah, so I don't think we have an Instagram for it yet, but
No.
the series is called the Mercine Kitchen series.
Oh,
Mhm,
okay.
So
yeah.
it's one
Okay.
of the
Yeah.
terpene profiles, one of
Yeah.
the main terpene profiles in cannabis. So we're kind of trying to uplift that, and that we're gonna be doing some tasty shit, you know.
Yeah.
So
Trying to
Yeah.
teach people some things and just have them experience something new and just different.
I saw some of the menu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This shit
yeah,
looks
so there'll be
fire.
like a social hour. Every course, almost every course is gonna be paired with a specific rosin that kind of uh, what's it called? That's paired with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with
Each
that
entree.
course.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, each entree, each course. So that way you kind of just get the opportunity to taste what you're about to smell what
Instead
you're
of a
about to
wine
taste.
pairing, it's a weed pairing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got weed sommeliers walking around.
yeah. Now we're gonna try our
Yeah.
best to complement the terpene profiles to
That's what's
whatever it
up.
is that Cameron's gonna whip up here.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
shout out to Good Grease. There's a few other folks that
Yeah.
here in
Shout
the
out Good
valley
Grease.
that have been doing things like that. So yeah, we're taking that to Southern Arizona. You know what I mean? Do our own to it, put our own little twist to it,
Oh, yeah.
and good venues.
Yeah. Are you going to use some of the stuff that you've grown? Like,
So that's the idea.
vegetables
So that's the
and stuff?
idea.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm trying to create like a template on how this is gonna work for the future.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
yeah, there is some crops that we're gonna be able to grow at the community farm.
Sick.
I also have cattle and I process my own meat. I have goats and do other things. You know what I mean? So if
I
we're
didn't
able to
know this.
we're
Oh,
able to slap these things
look at
together, it'll be pretty awesome. You know?
bro. Man, I'm so proud of you, and I just met you.
Yeah,
That's just so fire, dog. Yeah, man. Oh, like cattle and everything, you process, man. I know. I don't know if you went, but in culinary school, they take us through a processing plant, and
No, I didn't get to do that.
that was intense,
yeah.
bruh. I've been to war. That stuff's intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Wow, that's crazy. What else do you have going on? Is that the biggest thing right now, or
I know
anything else coming up?
I know you recently had some other pop ups that went well, and I know like I don't know, just curious to know what else you're doing.
Yeah, we've done a rosin tasting over at Sunset Gallery. We've done the National Donut Day, Dabs and Donuts. We've done like a Bodega Soleil takeover where we've been like dropping our merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're just trying to be creative, innovative, but also intimate.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of folks who are trying to go to the biggest event with the most vendors, and you know, what I mean, trying to get 800 people through the door, and like
Yeah.
that's badass, but that's fucking stressful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
At least for me, you know, and I've been doing big events through my nonprofit for a long time, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do those big events. I want things to be more intimate,
Yeah.
more intentional, you know. So
more.
I'm trying to keep at things at like 50 to 100 people events.
Yeah,
Yeah, from tastings to dinners.
you can do a little more
to
elevated and controlled
Yeah.
environment and everything. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm more leaning on that right now. So Roadrunners is kind of in this transitional period where we're doing more pop-ups, more community events, and
That's dope.
yeah. So and then Donitas, Under Pressure Labs, we're gonna be hopefully in dispensaries by the end of the year.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
like, please look out for that. Pressure Labs, Donitas official.
Heard one of the places he was talking to, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's thank you so much for anybody that's been hitting us up already. You know, we're hopefully gonna hit the ground running. Our lab is currently on build out. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Fire, absolutely. And
I
what were you gonna
I was
say?
wondering if is there any other first things that you want to bring to Tucson? You know, just like I know, you know, we're from there, born and raised. Is there anything else you just imagine like Tucson? It has, but it'd be cool to really bring this to. It doesn't have this, or just something different, something new. You know.
Damn, want me to tell you my secrets,
Oh
man?
no, no,
No,
no.
I do think that like whatever it is people are doing, like we should start like trying to uplift or invite people that do like rights restoration that have like overdose kits and things like that. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
keep
So
since I don't know if you know about me, but I had a problem like not too long ago, and checked myself in the VA, and then as they left, they gave me the Narcan.
Narxone or Narcan,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I've used that on a lot of people actually. That man, and it's a lifesaver literally. And again, we are in this weird position as like marijuana pioneers. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
up to our generation to kind of
Yeah.
switch things. And right now, there's a big opioid crisis. So whatever it is you're bringing to the table, like try to have rights restoration, try to have like opioid kits at your events and education. You know, what I mean
Okay.
that shit's super important. But that's
Absolutely.
something that I definitely did without. That was a little bit different than most people in Tucson. Like some of my first events, I made sure that there was rights restoration people there, lawyers on site, ready to talk to people, and I had Sonoran Prevention Works who do like a lot of education around opioid addiction and Narcan distribution and all that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's up to us. You have to use your platform
Yes.
in the most beneficial ways you can. You know, what I mean, you can put money in your pocket, and that's one aspect of it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
but you can also use your platform to do some positive shit out there. You know.
Well, this is everything you're talking about is absolutely admirable because I mean this is the shit that we need, and you're doing it. So shout out to you, even though get your flowers now.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, that Narcan is like that's serious stuff, and you know like as much as people are like I'll never need anything like that, I never
You never
even think
know.
I would be anywhere in the room with
Mhm.
fentanyl. But somehow, since I was messing around with the girl or whatever, I just slowly like, she's like, "Want to try it?" And I went into there, and then like I had to dig myself out.
Yep.
But like, it can happen just that fast,
Yeah.
I'm
just that
actually right
fast.
now. I got subpoenaed recently because I administered Narcan on some kid and fucking brought him back to life. But right now, 3 years later,
Wow.
they're trying to throw the book at him. So they're trying to get him with like aggravated assault, aggravated DUI, aggravated because he was overdosed in his car.
Oh
You know what I mean? So
wow.
like they came
Uh,
knocking at my door and they're like, "Hey, weren't you the one that this and this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can you please show up to court and point out the kid that it was?" Basically, you know what I mean? So
man,
I have an interview coming up in August, and I don't remember shit. And
I
God,
don't,
honestly, I don't remember shit. That was three
That's
years
hard.
ago.
bro. I don't
Yeah.
like even like I told some homies recently. Like I've seen like I don't I mean sorry about this, but like first smoke of the day talking to Glass House or cops and stuff. Like I don't know if you've ever been in this industry, and if you've been, we don't talk to them. Like I don't care. Like I was like I lost my mind and everything, and I had to go to the VA and check myself into a place. And you know, people are asking questions like why I'm losing my mind or is this do I have this? And I'm like I don't know nothing. Nunca never. Like I don't
Yeah.
fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking Confucius. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't like. I love my brothers and stuff like that, and I ain't never gonna fucking step on nobody. It's not my story to tell anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like, oh man, that's like, and you help somebody out,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like if he wasn't here, then it'd be a completely different story, completely different situation.
Correct. You know what I mean? So because he's alive, they're gonna try to put his ass in jail.
That's fucked up.
Man,
Yeah. But anyways, you know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
kind of
yeah, yeah.
that's kind of the things that we're working through or whatever. But
Yeah.
talking about like what's some of the first or some of the things we want to bring up. But yeah, I think I want to also like lean on education and do just fun events, panel
Yeah.
discussions. I would love to have panel discussions around different topics, different issues.
That'd be
You know what
nice.
I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let's come together and talk about it. Especially for some of us who are coming out of the traditional market, becoming more known. Our faces are becoming more out there.
Yeah,
Like I would love to hear people's story. No different than this. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
it's a podcast, but you have them
Yeah.
They're
sit
like,
down in
oh
front
yeah,
of you and they talk around different issues and topics. You know, but
Yeah.
absolutely.
I w-
Yeah.
You should get some like people like yourself and like more heads of like different things. That would be great to sit down. If you got all like the big players, like the people that are doing this stuff, and talk to them. Like as much as it's great talking to us, like you guys are the ones that have actually put in the work. So
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
having you guys on that panel would be sick. Like
Yeah.
I'd be a fan for that. I'd sit there like,
Yeah.
all right,
I would-
I just want to get a notebook.
Some smoking and learning some shit, you know,
Yeah,
from,
man.
from your
That's
favorite hash
Oh
artist or
man.
from your favorite, you know what I mean, grower, or
Yeah.
they're out there right in front of you talking about what they're doing and why they enjoy it and blah blah blah. No different than this, but come and meet your favorite hash artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. Have like eventually like in the cons
Mhm.
conventions and stuff,
Yeah.
and have the panels just like a Comic Con or whatever. That shit's sick, dog.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that and then like just even having discussions or debates, just you give the people the opportunity to actually ask questions and get
Mhm.
questions answered.
make
You
it more
know,
accessible.
yeah, make it more accessible, not like thinking about it or guessing about it or just having them spit stuff at you and you're just hoping and taking it, at face value as opposed to like, do they actually know about it? Because they don't debate anymore nowadays. They
And
just
the
Yeah.
like, yeah,
knowledge is key because
yep,
even as we're learning this stuff, like learning digital media, I was sitting there for a while when we first started. I'm like, I need to hire somebody to do all this stuff. And my stuff isn't like top tier yet or anything, but like I'm working on it and I'm getting
yeah,
better. But like I now know how to do that,
yeah,
and it like I can do it that much faster.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
Mhm.
then just knowing different things and stuff and how to like, especially within this cannabis industry, knowing like getting knowledge from you and
yeah.
stuff and people like that, and how to like move throughout
The
the
industry and
industry
everything.
and
Yeah,
not have all the pitfalls as much.
yeah. Because like, any new business venture, any new business endeavor is it's hard and it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of knowledge, and
Mhm.
just to be able to kind of have that prior knowledge and then get the opportunity to actually do it legitimately. It's now you're able to start running with these big people. But
Mhm.
it's like, how are we going to do it a little bit different and make everybody really happy in the process instead of just doing stuff to do stuff like you said with the smaller intimate events.
Mhm.
You're able to achieve that as opposed to this big giant event. They had one free something for everybody. Everybody got one, and it's like, well, it wasn't even that great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to say that people like to protest with their dollar and they like to vote with their dollar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So what are you gonna do that's gonna set you aside from everybody else? You know what I mean? You can go into the bread aisle at the store and there's all this shit,
Yeah.
but you know that you pick your favorite one for a reason.
Hmm.
yeah,
So what's gonna be that reason that people wanna go to you, your products? Is it your values? Is it your packaging? Is it your sustainability model or whatever it is?
yeah.
But for me, this is part of like me getting out here and talking to people. It's like, hey, like we're trying to do some good stuff. I'm connected to some good work. We're doing some positive things in Tucson. I'm not just connected to like the weird weed world. I'm
Yeah,
also connected to like the social justice, community
Yeah.
organizing. So it's like
yeah.
using this platform to do something good. Like that's what you're supporting. You know what I mean?
Changing the stereotypical like idea of what this industry like produces.
Yeah.
You're a real community figure, not just weed.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you're smoking Pressure Labs, Donitas official, or supporting the Roadrunner crew in some way or another, just know that that shit's gonna have a trickle effect across Tucson and Southern Arizona. You know what I mean? For the projects that I have lined up, the people that I'm trying to inspire, work with, empower,
this is
it's
who
it's
you're
important.
supporting.
Yeah,
This
it's
is who you're
important.
supporting.
Yeah, it's important.
Go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh, I was just.
do we have anything else that we're plugging as of right now? I think we have next week will be a big one is Anthony Q to Vibe. If you don't know him, please look him up. He's got a couple songs out right now. It's Cut Ties, No Handouts, and the newest one is no fake shit or no fake shit. The songs are very inspirational, and he's all about making music that makes you like feel something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No worries.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that was,
No,
but
it's just a reminder to the reminder to remind you about your
to-
reminder. Yeah.
oh, the reminder. But yeah, so next, what we have coming up next week, please bear with us because he is in a different state, so we're gonna have to try to stream him in. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah. No, it'll be something new for sure.
Very, very, very like new to us, but yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
So,
And yeah, no, just again, we're just happy that you came out here.
yeah,
Just
thank you
because,
very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, no
like,
problem.
just you continue to impress me.
Yeah,
I'm sitting
I'm
next to
so
you.
impressed.
Yeah, I'm
And
just like,
I was already impressed, and then he said cattle and stuff too. I'm like, oh Lord.
yeah, it's like,
This man-
what can this man not do yet?
Yeah.
Like let me point something at you and see how fast you can take it out and just conquer it. Like
Dog,
that's
so
that's dope.
dope. And then staying with the social equity and all that kind of like justice and helping people out, man. It's just noble shit,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah, just because like where like how you saying there's going to be a change, like we need to just stay local and just kind of really help out, the person you can actually touch, at this point in time, just because
Mhm.
so much stuff is overseas, so much stuff is not going back into the community,
You
and
know
just
his values,
yeah,
so
yeah,
the product is going to show you his values,
yeah,
so you know it's going to be great.
yeah,
Yeah.
Buy it.
that-
Same with us. Once we start like Cameron's cooking and stuff like
yeah,
that, it's going to be great. You're
yeah,
going to know his value in his
yeah,
food.
yeah,
Same when I make something or do something, like all of us, we put ourselves into our product.
yeah,
And time again, we've been shown how fragile this system is. If it's toilet paper,
yeah,
eggs, water is coming around the corner. There's gonna be
yeah,
water. A lot of water conversations are be coming around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are already thinking outside the box are gonna be way ahead of the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to tap in with you. That sounds. I don't. I'm worried.
so yeah, know your farmer, know your butcher, know
yeah,
your hash artist, know your grower, know your, you know what I mean? That's
We
what's
just
gonna
build
change.
like communes and
Yeah,
communities.
that's what's gonna change the game. You know what I mean? Going back to the old ways
Like
yeah,
our
of doing
parents, like our
things.
parents had, like, your local shop, your local
Yeah,
this, your local that, because someone actually put their heart and their life
yeah.
into it, and it means something to them. So
yeah,
it's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
yeah,
Corporations are fragile. Corporations are gonna break here soon, you know, and the ones that depend on them,
Because no one wants to work for them either.
yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're depending on it, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
They said like
dope.
if you give the government permission to feed you, you're giving them permission to starve you.
Yeah, that's true,
wow,
You know what I
man.
mean?
And then
So
yeah, not to go into too much, but someone recently on Amazon, a black gentleman had a delivery, and there was some sort of word used or something, and
yeah,
it wasn't even said,
yeah,
and he got locked out of his house and everything, his smart house, for a week. Amazon.
wow.
oh,
Think
okay,
about it, everybody.
yeah,
You got
because
a Ring camera, you got a lock
yeah,
on your door, and if they don't like what you said or what you did, they lock you out. You can sleep in the yard like a dog.
Your own door.
You're a
yeah,
fucking dog. Like, huh?
yeah, now that
So
the in it,
stay aware.
yeah, well,
Wake up, everybody. All right. Just be good, be clean as always. Be safe. We love you. Smoke up. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
like all these big